Okay, hi, I'm Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Jordan. Jett Everly Young was born on December 16th, 2015.
She was pre-diagnosed with a condition called critical aortic stenosis, which means she would have a narrowed aortic valve at birth. When she was born perfect. 12 hours later, her oxygen levels depleted and she got put on a ventilator. They decided the next day that they were going to do a cath lab procedure called a balloon valvuloplasty, where they were going to proceed to go up through her groin into her heart and balloon open her aortic valve to allow more blood flow into her left ventricle of her heart to help the heart function better. This, unfortunately, we waited a week later. It didn't work. She definitely needed open heart surgery. We had her first open heart surgery. It was New Year's Eve, and she actually coded after the surgery. She flatlined right in front of me. She ended up pulling through, got put on a life support machine called ECMO because they wanted her body to take a rest from the surgery with all of the inflammation and whatnot. But then she was able to get off life support ECMO. It was about a week later. After she got off life support temporarily, they wanted to wait and see how her heart function would look after the heart surgery. And unfortunately, we waited a couple weeks and it only got worse. We were told that the last option for her was a heart transplant and that they wanted us to consult with Mayo to come up to Minneapolis to see us. She ended up being a perfect candidate for a heart transplant. So literally within a day, she was moved down to Rochester. We proceeded to move like our entire lives down to Rochester. They kept her stable and they kind of tweaked her medications a little bit from what they had her on in the cities, and it ended up working pretty good for her for roughly 2 weeks. And unfortunately, she started having kidney failure due to the lack of perfusion in her heart. And so her kidneys started failing, so they ended up having to put her on the life support ECMO again. This was going to be a long-term bridge to her heart transplant. We had hoped that she would receive the transplant, right as soon as she would get on the list. She was on ECMO for 124 days, life support, and therefore her intestines took a hit, her kidneys took a hit. She ended up on kidney dialysis connected to the ECMO machine, and then she also suffered a couple strokes on ECMO. They kind of prepared us for what was to come, but they had kind of paved the path for us. They had a care conference with Jordan and I. There they told us that she is not doing well. She's going to need a kidney transplant along with a heart transplant. And then due to the stroke, she's probably going to have some major brain issues. And so it was ultimately the doctor's decision to take her off the transplant list, whereas we were left having to take her off of life support.
It was a long process. During the entire process, I was traveling back and forth from Rochester to Minneapolis. It was draining, but we do it again second, and we enjoyed every moment that we had with her, and we've got tons of memories, tons of pictures, tons of videos. We've got we had a great time with her. So a lot of parents don't even get to enjoy 6 months with their children. So we're blessed that we at least had the opportunity to have that much time with her. So
I would say the memories that you have with your baby, no matter what, even if your baby isn't alive, when your baby's born, you've carried your baby for so long. You're always going to have your baby with you. And also too, I'm a Christian and I believe that it's kind of God's will for everything, and He does have a plan for our family and other families out there, and just keep your faith and you'll get through it somehow.
Have every moment you can with your child and just enjoy your time as much as you can. And don't take anything for granted, because you never know how quick things can end. So